Hey, Sonoran Scalers, thanks for tuning in to episode 2 of the Danchee Ridgerock budget build. In episode 1, we added some 2.2 inch KLR tires and a pen spring modification to the shocks. Today, we're going to add some alloy bead locks. And when we do that, we're going to stick on some adhesive-backed automotive wheel balancing weights. You can get these off of Amazon at your local auto parts store. They're pretty available and easy to work with. It just so happens that these particular 1/4 ounce a piece weights, 10 of them will fit perfectly around this inner wheel and add a hefty amount of weight to each of the 4 corners of your Ridgerock. So with this Danchee budget build, the idea was that the truck is very inexpensive and very capable the way that it comes out of the box, and you're getting it for $120. I set a max budget of doubling its cost, so another $120 in upgrades. And in the first video, we added these KLR 2.2s in episode 1 to the stock plastic wheels. No weight added. I did upgrade or change out the stock Tamiya style connector for the battery just to an XT60 for simplicity and the ability to use whatever battery I want in it. Those are the connectors that I personally run, and I ran it on a 2S pack. Now, I've had some subscribers ask if this will run on a 3S battery, and I've had other subscribers say that they own the truck or they own the FDX Ravine, which is basically its twin or clone, and they've successfully run it on 3S with really good results. This morning I'm running this on 3S. The only reason that I don't more often is ambient air temps. May through September are triple digits every day, commonly at 110 or above even, and when you're starting there for your electronic temperatures, it does not take long at all when you're pumping 3S through those electronics for it to hit that threshold of dangerous. So for me, it's not always an option, but if it is an option for you, while the manufacturer does not spell it out or recommend that you use a 3S pack, I think that it is superior as well. I mean, this face of this hill that this little budget truck climbs right here baffles me. It blows my mind. This is so steep, and with this 4-wheel steering, I mean, it's incredible. I've got to figure out how to get up to the truck. Just a second. All right, so that took longer than I thought. I've never had something successfully climb this face before. I can't believe how good this truck is for the money. I mean, if you have been considering one, I've said it from the start, from the first time that I unboxed this, because I was considering one for years. They've been out for a long time. And I kept looking at it and thinking, nah, it's too cheap looking. It's too toy grade looking for me. No, this thing will impress you, especially if you're not going into it with a mentality of wanting something that's absolutely 1-to-1 scale. No, you're not getting that, but you are getting a lot of truck for a little buck. And when you add a couple more dollars, it's just nuts what this thing's capable of. So I will link in the description down below for the parts that I've added. When it comes to buying those adhesive-backed wheel weights, get them on Amazon. Don't buy 3 or 4 of them for $10 from your auto parts store. Go on Amazon. You can get 30 strips of 12 weights per strip. I mean, a total of 7 pounds worth of weights for $11 to $12. So that will last you for a very long time. They're very useful to have. You can add them to basically anything, anywhere that you need a little bit of extra weight. I am so impressed with this Ridgerock, I can't put it into words. And I had intentions of using some of the budget for steering servos, and I just wanted to talk about that for a second. That these servos, they're far from the best, but they're working, and they're working fine. They get it done when it needs to get done. You know, when your wheel is wedged, don't force it. Save yourself some money. Put on the lockout steering servo horns that are included with the box, and scrap the servo saver style. It'll give you a lot better precision, a lot better transference of power, and then just, be smart when you're steering, and I think that you'll find that they last. You can replace them when they wear out instead of chewing into your budget right off the bat. So, stay tuned for episode 3. I can't imagine what this thing is going to do next. Until next time, take care, guys.